Hi there and welcome back. Today I'm gonna make a birthday card for a friend that had his birthday in May, and I congratulated him and stuff then, but I haven't given him his present yet for several reasons, and I've just fixed my present for him now. So I thought I'd make a card that would go with the package. And to save some time, I have just picked out some basic colors and stuff, because the package is wrapped in craft paper printed with black, with a silver and a blue and white ribbon. So those are those colors, and the craft is for the package paper. And then I went ahead and stamped one of the crazy birds in VersaFine, and then I just stamped two of the balloons and two of the like deflated balloons and the party hat. And I'm also gonna stamp the strings later on. But first, and I've cut all of these to size as well. So this is an 11.4, I think, sized card. That is 15 across. And then it is just a centimeter less and less for each of the subsequent layers. So I was thinking I was gonna paint this in aquarelle colors, and I need to think of something. Let's see, I can use this block with just do a quick coloring using some watercolor water brushes and some watercolor pencils. And these are just simple pencils that are water you can activate them with water. Evidently I can't speak today. So I'm just going in and coloring it in very, very simply, using my little acrylic block here as a kind of pad where I can scribble it off, so I can get some get it more fluent and not become so harsh lines that it tend to become when you use the pens straight on the paper. And as you can hear, I'm getting over a cold again. It's the second time in 2 weeks I've gone down in a cold, which is fabulous. Not. I bloody hate being sick. And I'm just gonna take this really lightly and go for the eyes. Then I'm gonna go in with a darker blue. Scribble it down. Get some water on it and use the darker blue for the shadows. So as you can see, it's a super simple way of painting this. This guy, it's a male friend I have that I'm giving this to. It's really hard to get presents for. All my male friends are, since they tend to have more cash than me, first of all, and they tend to buy what they want for that money, and the things they might want I could never afford. So I tend to have struggled to give them meaningful gifts. But I think I nailed this one. I don't think he watches my videos, so I've just fixed a picture frame for him, and that has 9 spots for photographs, and I've just developed a lot of photographs of him and some of his family and his friends and stuff, and stuck them in there, and did some easy, like adding some text and stuff to some of the photos. So it's just a nice reminder of friendships. And I'm thinking I might go in with some green on the wing and maybe on this part, just to get some color variations. And this is not aquarelle paper at all, so that's why I'm working kind of fast to not get it sloppy wet, and that's good enough. So now I'm gonna go in and color these little balloons and stuff. And what do I want to color them in? Green maybe? And these I'm gonna cut out, and I think I'm gonna put them on like pop dots, some sort of pop dots anyway, to give it some dimensions. And I think I want the party hat to be dark blue. Just to give it some more interest on the card. And this is actually a fun thing with me doing stuff like this, is the guys, or most people I give these things to, because I always make a handmade card and stuff, they really like them, since it's always a one-of-a-kind card. I never do cards exactly looking the same again, so, and that's fun, that I at least can do something that they really can't buy. Something like that. And should we maybe make some red balloons? And I probably won't even bother getting my die cutting machine and dies that I also have for this set out for these like balloons and stuff, because they're so simple shapes that I don't think it's gonna be really necessary. And then I'm just gonna take some very light brown, get it a bit wet, and just add some shadow to the ground. Let's get some black in there too. Oh, sorry if I'm out of frame. something like that. Then I might actually go in with a bit of broken china. See if I can find a, and just do a bit of sky. And I'm watering it down so it's just a pale shade. To not just have a purely white background. Sorry, I'm sniffling and sounding gross. I'll probably be coughing a couple of times here too. So okay, something like that. Really simple, really quick. Clean my little stamp block off. Like so. Put it back where it belongs. Let this dry. And now I'm just gonna cut these ones out. And since they're so small, I'm just gonna... No. I'm just gonna cut them down to smaller parts. Use my Teflon fussy cutting scissors. So I've been just sleeping and picking lint out of my belly button, it feels like, for the last 2 days. Just trying to feel better, and it's hard because the coughing is the worst part, and finally today it's getting a bit better. I hate being sick. Not that I think anybody likes being sick, but it's like it puts such a... It's like hitting the brake super hard and you can't do much at all. And it tends to bore the heck out of me. You can only watch so much TV and not do anything else. So I'm glad I'm starting to feel a bit better. You see, these go pretty quick cutting out by hand too. I think this would actually have taken longer for me to get the cutting machine out. I only have one of each of the dies, so I had to do the balloons twice and line them up and tape them down, and so they don't shift and stuff. So this is a pretty fast way, especially when you have these pretty easy shapes. Like the birds, I would probably have gotten the machine out because it's more of a hassle unless I'm doing an outline on it. But I don't really mind actually fussy cutting myself. I can find it really soothing to just sit and cut, do these like mind numbing tasks. Like sorting beads and stuff is something I find really therapeutic some days. Like when you need your mind to be able to wander, but you still need to keep your hands occupied. So I tend to do stuff like that, sorting, die cutting a bunch of like words or something, just over and over in different kinds of paper and stuff like that, and using up all my scraps of scrapbook paper and stuff for stuff like that too. So I like it. It's also a good thing to do or to have later on when you need them. Because I hate being in a creative process and then you're like, oh my god, I have this die and now I have to get out this and this and this and this to just get that one thing that I want. So okay, we are starting to get something. I'm kind of liking this. This I will need to dry. So heat gun, and now you have all the lighting again. I tend to forget to put my homemade light arch on when I start filming. So okay, I'm just gonna get my, excuse me for stretching, get my HG gun out and start taping down the first layers. And since I'm gonna be pop dotting stuff like this on, I'm just taping these layers down. Let's see, which side do I want? I think I want the more rougher texture. Okay. I want it a bit crooked. Yeah, something like that. And then taping this one down. And this also means I can stamp directly. This one I think I'm gonna put one in the middle too, since it's a bit bold. And let's see. It's harder to see where it looks nice since it's a bit bold. So something like that. I kind of like this. So okay. So I'm thinking a balloon here. A balloon here. The party hat thrown like this. And some balloons like this. Yeah. Okay. So I need to get my stamping block out. Like so. And start with this one. Something like that. Oops. That I think is a bit hard with these really long and thin stamps, that they tend to wobble on the stamping block a bit. But no worries. Do something like this, and I think I'll just draw the last one on, so like that. Now I'm going to get some foam adhesive out. use my squares. Okay, do I want that? Okay. So tweezers. Always have tweezers for my foam dotting. It's usually so much easier to work with. So like that, and then put this, I think is 2mm foam dots, and this is 3mm foam dots to get the other balloon up a bit higher. Get some dimension on them, or different dimensions on them, I should say. That. The party hat, I'm gonna make a bit rounded. Put foam dots on. Just to make sure that these little spikes just don't go flying off. Put a foam dot behind them too, as much as I can, at least. Like that. And then the last little balloons. So this one is on the ground, furthest down, so it gets the thinner. I have to say, I actually like these square ones the best. They're easy to cut to fit, like if there is some sort of shape you need to have them fit. Like here, I can just cut a small strip, or here if I wanted to I could cut small triangles and stuff. So okay, and this one I'm just putting 2 of the thicker ones on, since I want this to go something like that. Take this away. And get one of my fine liners. Just something like that. Super simple. Just get all these little squares of paper that tends to become static electricity bound and stick to everything. I usually found these when I've been using them a lot. I find them all over my apartment from just moving around. I find them everywhere. They stick to everything. So something like that. I'm kind of liking this. And I should find some sort of sentiment. I know what I want to put inside. I don't know, do I want a white paper inside? Yes, I probably do. After lunch. So times 10.4 should be good size. Yeah, that works. And then I'm just gonna very simply get it to go in around the corners. Acting up a bit. So something like that. Okay, that works. So let's see if this is the one I want. This will work. Let's see. This is the one I want. So perfect. And I'm just gonna go back to my VersaFine that I really like. And this says it's not the years in your life that are counted, but the life in your years. Which I find very catching for birthday cards. This one says, congrats. And this one says, belated congrats, if you put them together. that. Just remove all of my stuff so they're not everywhere, as they tend to become if I don't take them away straight away. Like so. Just put this back quickly. Excuse me. Okay, find my fine liner. I think I want a broader one. And now I think I'm gonna find my parallel liner to write my wishes for him. Better late than never. And hugs. So just let this dry a bit. And then tape it down. And that's it. Super simple and fast birthday card. Just using either distress inks or watercolor. And these are just felt tip pens. You can probably use dye inks of different kinds as well, and some stamps, and just plain paper. No pattern paper whatsoever. And stamps. And that's it. I hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching. Have an awesome day. Bye.